Uncommon courtesy. So what is uncommon courtesy? When we speak of uncommon courtesy, we are trying to bring your attention to, trying to shine the light on the fact that humanity, the ideas of humanity that are continuously being perpetuated are to focus outside of oneself, to give greater care and concern to the things that are happening outside of oneself, to give greater understanding, to be more courteous, to honor more, to celebrate more the things that are happening outside of oneself. And when we say celebrate, we mean any high-level emotional response, any emotional response, whether it's excitement and joy, frustration, anger. So oftentimes humanity has been programmed, not oftentimes, but humanity has been programmed to celebrate their failures, to celebrate the shortcomings. And when we say celebrate, we're talking about expression of emotion, the anger that you express, the frustration that you express. You communicate your failures, your losses, your pains, your suffering to so many. And every time you communicate it, you're reliving the event in your mind, unbeknownst to most of you. You are recreating that event at the same moment, destined to reveal itself over and over and over again. However, when things happen that are correct, when things happen in the way that you would like them to, when reality experience unfolds in the way that is beautiful for you, it is highly unlikely that you express it any more than feeling it in that moment. You don't talk about how great things are. You don't talk about how awesome things are because you have been programmed not to. For fear of hurting one's feelings outside of yourself, which is merely a collaborative component and reflection of you, but you've been trained, you have been programmed not to speak too highly of yourself so that you don't offend others, not to speak too highly of your successes because you might make someone of lesser accomplishment feel bad. Not feel bad about themselves, but feel bad about you. And you have seen, it has been discussed around your dinner tables in your family when you were a child, how someone thinks they're cocky. Someone thinks someone is cocky. Someone is arrogant. This is our word. Cocky, arrogant. You have been taught that these things are bad. But you got to realize who is doing the talking. Who is saying that these things are bad? The very individuals who are not living from the correct perception of life, who doesn't have the right information, correct information to perceive their reality correctly, to interpret the happenings around them correctly. And so they too are focused outside of themselves, celebrating their failures, their losses, their pains, and their suffering, while at the same time downplaying any successes, downplaying the wins, so that they don't appear too cocky or too arrogant, so that they don't hurt the feelings of those forms outside of themselves, so that they're accepted by society. It's rooted in that. It's rooted in acceptance, that you don't speak on and celebrate your successes, your wins, the things that you're good at. No, you don't want to disturb your acceptance. You don't want anyone to think that you're being cocky, to think that you're being arrogant, to think that you're being overconfident in your communicating, in your expressing. But in so doing and giving greater energy to your pains and your suffering, by energizing them more than you energize your wins, where you're destined to experience greater suffering and greater pain at a higher percentage than you do your wins. You're still on the roller coaster. You're still on the roller coaster, but the percentage, because of the amount of emotion, the energy that you're giving to your losses, your pain, your suffering, those things that you actually don't desire, that are still a result of the creative process within, but because you're unconscious because you have been unconscious of the fact, and you're placing your attention and your focus on that which you do not want, and you're energizing it with your emotion, you're celebrating through your emotion. You're continuing to sow it. You're continuing to express it, and it will continue to be reflected back to you. Uncommon courtesy. The only courtesy that you should be expressing, the only courtesy that you should be entertaining, the beauty, the celebration, the excitement, the reverence, is to yourself. Because you truly are all that exists in your verse. You are the center of your reality. All that you come in contact with is a reflection of you. And if you hold fear of being perceived as cocky, being perceived as a braggart, because you're worried about being accepted, then you're continuing to express the absence of acceptance, and you will continue to experience that. If you continue to celebrate your pain and your suffering by thinking about it, by speaking about it, by feeling on it, by entertaining the imagery of the experience over and over again, every time you engage it within yourself and actually communicate it outwardly, you are destined to experience it over and over again, because you are continually inserting that material into the creative process through your conscious expressing. You have been programmed to this state of being. You've been programmed to this nature of expressing certain ideas. The highest courtesy is the courtesy that you show to yourself. The highest courtesy is in celebrating your wins, celebrating the expressing of the inspirations that bubble up inside of you, celebrating all that you have become as a result of your manifestations, celebrating that which you are inspired to be now in this moment, celebrating all that you know that you are excited to create in your life. Overconfidence is an idea shared by those who harbor fear. The idea of bragging is an idea shared by those who harbor fear, who do not realize that all that they come in contact with is a reflection of their inner expression. You, as a conscious creator, it's time to become aware. It's time to really hone in on the fact that you are the center, that you are the core. And the highest courtesy that you can show to another is first to yourself. Because when you show the highest level courtesy, love, joy, excitement, reverence, celebration to yourself, all of you, then that is what you are expressing, and that is what others will see and feel when you come in contact with them. That is what you will see, and that will be reflected back to you through the collaborative components that appear in your reality as your experience. Move from uncommon courtesy expressions to the highest of courtesy, which is the highest celebrating an honoring of the you that you are and the you that you are inspired to be. We are thankful and grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile grounds for these transmissions. We are here for you. From our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know is true, offering that which we know will catapult your life experience. We honor you, we celebrate you, and we love you. We love you, we love you. Thank you.